Hello, welcome to Ed Foodie. Today we're going to make another curry dish with chicken, tomatoes, and some coconut, and some other really nice spices and flavoring. So this sounds like it's going to be pretty good. So let's go ahead and get right over to the stove top and get started. All right, today I'm just going to use a big stock pot. We're going to start with 2 tablespoons of ghee. If you don't have ghee, you could use coconut oil or even just olive oil if you wanted to. All right, this ghee melts very fast. So to my melted ghee, I've got 1 medium-sized red onion that I've chopped up fairly fine, fairly small pieces. We'll pour that in. And we'll cook this for about 5 minutes to get this onion nice and tender and soft. And I've got my burner on medium high. All right, so my onion is pretty good and tender, starting to brown just a little bit. So now what I've got here is almost 2 tablespoons of fresh ground ginger, or I should say grated ginger. I've got 4 nice size cloves of garlic sliced. We'll pour that in. We'll stir this up and cook it just for a couple more minutes, just to release those flavors. All right, before we add our spices, I'm going to add maybe another tablespoon of the ghee, because when we add these spices, we want to get a nice paste. All right, so I've got 2 teaspoons of garam masala, my favorite Indian spice. I'm going to use a half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper. And then I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of this berberry, I forget how to pronounce it. If you don't have those, you can easily just put in a teaspoon of chili powder. And I'll see how hot this is. Maybe I will add a little chili powder later, but we'll see. Okay, we got these onions are covered nice with the spices. I've turned this down to a medium. And the interesting ingredient in here is 2 tablespoons of honey. So this is going to end up being a little spicy and a little sweet, I think. Okay, we'll stir that honey in there good. Already it's got a great fragrance. So I'm going to add in 28 ounces of some kind of tomato. I've got like 1 can. I got a 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes, water and all. And then I have a 14-ounce can of stewed tomatoes. We'll stir that around good. Now I'll turn my heat back up to medium-high. I like a nice rich tomato taste, so I'm going to add about a tablespoon of tomato paste. Maybe 2 tablespoons. Okay, we bring this up to a boil, then I'm going to turn it down to a simmer. And I'm going to cook this for about 10 minutes. I want some of this liquid to evaporate. I don't have to break up the tomatoes too much because they're already crushed or stewed. All right, 10 minutes is up. The water's starting to evaporate pretty good, and that tomato paste also helped thicken this up quite a bit. So now, the step that I really will love, I got a 13.5-ounce can of coconut milk. So I like this. You got these hot spices, and then the coconut milk kind of calms it down a little bit, but you can definitely still taste the heatness, the hotness of the spices. All right, so I'm stirring this in here. We're gonna put this on a simmer for about 20 minutes. We're gonna really let this coconut milk soak in here good. And just for the heck of it, I'm gonna add in, I've got a package of toasted coconut flakes that I had from another recipe. I'm gonna sprinkle in, I don't know, 1/4 cup. So the last step of this, I've got 2 really nice size boneless chicken breasts that I cut into nice big bite-sized pieces. It was about 1.5 pounds. We're gonna add this, because this is, you know, raw, not cooked. We're gonna add this to our curry. Stir it in there really nice. And we're gonna let this cook until the chicken's done. And it should, you know, they're fairly small pieces, so I'm gonna do this for like maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. I'll check one at 10 minutes and see if it's cooked all the way through. And I guess you could have, you know, cooked this ahead of time and then just put it in cooked, but we'll do it this way and see what happens. Main thing is make sure that chicken's well cooked. And we are going to serve this on a bed of rice, so now's a good time to get your rice prepared. And I'm going to go ahead and cover this slightly just to make sure that's hot enough in there to cook that chicken. All right, I'm going to add a little just salt to taste. With all these spices, you really don't need too much salt. But all right, so the 10 minutes are up, and I think we're ready to serve this up. And it really smells delicious. And this, I think this is easily serve 4 people. All right, I got a big serving of rice in my bowl. We'll add curry. Looks great. I'm gonna add, I've got some crema de mexicana. It's a very liquidy sour cream. If you don't have that, you can just use regular sour cream and mix it with a little bit of water just to kind of get it where you can just drizzle it on. And then we'll sprinkle with a little bit of fresh cilantro. And where I have coconut and cilantro, I usually have to squirt a little bit of lime juice on mine. And we can go ahead and top it with just a little sprinkle of this toasted coconut. All right, so let's taste this. Looks wonderful. Wow, this is really so good. Lime juice definitely pulls out that cilantro flavor, and there's just a little bit of heat. It's not too bad. So if you wanted a little bit spicier, you could add a little bit more of the red pepper flakes. But the coconut just silky smooth. Wonderful. I love this stuff. This is really good. Catherine's going to try our chicken coconut curry.
Smells good. Chicken and crab. Good, sweet, and some milk. The coconut.
All right. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to Foodie right over there. And thank you for watching.